Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show and welcome to your virus update. The virus is called COVID-19, and that's been named by the World Health Organization as basically the biggest enemy of the world. And this is true. Listen, we got to have respect for what the Chinese are doing or trying to do. They're trying to save the whole world, the whole entire world from this virus. And it's not easy, because this is an extremely contagious virus. The Chinese are doing their best, and believe me, the Chinese, I believe personally, my opinion is that they are making inroads against this virus because of what they're doing. They are breaking the chains of transmission of the virus by very extreme measures imposed upon their people. They're restricting the movements of their people. They are quarantining. They are using every technique available, disinfecting. They're using every technique available to break the chain of transmission. And this should be applauded, their efforts in what they're doing in trying to eradicate this virus. Will they be successful? Well, we're going to have to wait and see. I'm going to tell you what, I would not underestimate the Chinese when they work together as a unit to accomplish things. Look, they built those hospitals in just a matter of a few days. A great achievement. And so we have to applaud what the Chinese are doing. At the same time, we have to keep an eye on this virus and what it's doing. This is our enemy. The virus is our enemy to the whole world. Now, that being said, what's going on today? And we're in this show, we're going to do some math. Simple high school mathematics. Okay? So let's get started and let's open up the charts right here and take a look at what's going on. This is the numbers coming out of China today. 67,181 total confirmed cases. Now there's 66,497 in China. 285 what's considered others. 72 in Singapore, 56 in Hong Kong, 43 in Japan, 33 in Thailand, 28 in South Korea, 22 in Malaysia, 18 in Taiwan, 16 in Germany, 16 in Vietnam, 16 in Australia, 15 in the United States, 11 in France, 10 in Macau, 9 in the United Kingdom, 8 in the United Arab Emirates, 7 in Canada, 3 in Italy, 3 in Philippines, 3 in India, 2 in Russia, 2 in Spain, 1 in Nepal, 1 in Cambodia, 1 in Belgium, 1 in Finland, 1 in Sweden, 1 in Egypt, and 1 in Sri Lanka. Okay, those are the numbers today according to the official stats. Now, we got some numbers to work with to do our math. We're going to take a look at this article right here. They want to try to get my whatever. Let me refresh the page. Maybe they'll get rid of that. Coronavirus has infected more than 1,700 health workers in China, and at least 6 have died. Let me refresh the page again. Trying to get my money. Okay, so we got numbers here. 1,700 health workers. Boys, oh boys, oh boys. Either ads or whatever. 1,700 health workers, and 6 have died, okay, amongst the health workers. And this is according to the Chinese government. Now, this is released. These are numbers we can work with. We're going to start with that number 1,700 in our math. And we're going to take 6, the number 6. And we are going to figure out what percentage 6 represents of 1,700. Reasonably close. We're going to call it more or less. It comes out to 0.354, according to my calculator. So that's about 1/3 of 1%, a little bit over. It's between 1/3 and 1/2 of 1%. It's like 0.354. That's basically what it works out to. If you take 6 and divide it into 1,700, it's less than 1%. Okay? So we want to start with that number, that 0.354. That's the number we're looking for, because that's the percentage here of 6 divides into 1700. Then the next step is to take this number right here. This is the third number we have. Fifth of how many total deaths there are coming out of China today. 1,527. So we'll use that same number, 0.354. And what we're looking for here is, instead of dividing 6 into 1,700, we're looking for an invisible number. We don't know what the number is, but we're going to use the 0.354, which we used for 6 divided into 1,700. And we're going to start with, this time, instead of 6, we're going to start with 1,527. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to see what percentage 1,527 will represent into a much larger number. Okay? This is the math exercise. So it's just like when you're going to school, they say, okay, you kids, we're going to give you a test, you know, and what we want you to do is, if John goes across the street and he buys 5 apples from Sally, and he goes, you know, those kind of mathematical things as a homework assignment, well, this is you guys' homework assignment, you know. See if you can find me an answer to what that number would be, you know. So if we already know the number, 1,700. We know 6 people died, okay? We know that China released those numbers. Those numbers are solid, factual. This number here is solid and factual, 1,527 deaths in Hubei, mainland China. Oh, wait. Hold on, guys. It's just messing this up a little bit. We're not starting with 1,527. Sorry. We're going to go with this number right here, 1,457. Okay? On mainland China. We're not going to go with the total deaths. We're going to go with just the 1,457. So 1,457 instead of 6. We're going to be looking at 1,457. The larger number would be unknown at this point in time. I haven't done the math yet on it. But I know it's got to be quite a great number, because if 6 transforms into 1,700, what would 1,457 transform into? A larger number. That's what I'm looking for. You guys do the math. See if you can figure out what that number would be. I know it would be a majorly large number. You know, I just don't know exactly yet what it would be. Anyway, we also see some good news here with the virus, with the fight against the virus. The numbers still haven't went up in the United States, the United Kingdom, or Canada. And an awful lot of these other countries like Italy hasn't went up. I don't think it's went up in the Philippines or Spain. An awful lot of these other countries. I think that this virus took them by surprise, and they weren't ready for it. And that's why we got these initial numbers in those countries. I think there could be a window of opportunity here for China to really, you know, I mean, maybe there's a possibility they might get it under control. I mean, it's not over until the fat lady sings. You know, the old saying, not over till the fat lady sings. Let's just watch and see what happens. I'm not seeing these numbers outside China moving up very fast. Hong Kong's at 56, but they've been up near 50 for quite a while now. Singapore is the only real jump in numbers I see. Right? And on the cruise ships, there's been a big jump in numbers on the cruise ships. Total confirmed cases, remember, 67,181 on this extremely contagious virus, and the Chinese are doing an excellent job of trying to contain this. Really, I've seen film footage coming out of China, and they are tracking down. They are actually hunting for people that might show a fever. You know, and this is gonna impact the virus. The virus, I mean, it wants to spread, but the Chinese want to stop it. So we got this thing going on, you know? Listen, thank you guys for listening to this show. Like and subscribe. Remember to give me a thumbs up. And we'll catch you guys in the very next episode. Bye-bye.